Today, it's Texas Tech and Oklahoma. And now, with all the pregame analysis from the best, this is KMAC Red Raider Nation's Countdown to Kickoff, sponsored by Terry County Tractor.
Back here on Countdown to Kickoff, Texas Tech and Oklahoma meeting up later today for the 28th time. Red Raiders have won 6 in the series, 4 of them coming here in Lubbock, but the Sooners have won 4 straight at Jones Stadium. For more on this year's Sooner squad coming into town, here's Nate Fagan.
After it seemed like the sky might be falling on the Sooners early in the season, depending on who you listen to at least, the Sooners are back to their winning ways after OU topped TCU 33-14 in Fort Worth last Saturday. Lincoln Riley says he sees the Sooners improving and likes where they're headed.
I think it's a team that wants to find out how good we can get. I sense that in the way we practice, the way we respond. When we coach these guys or ask them to do something, they've been very willing. Yeah, I'm excited about where this team can go. I mean, and I think our whole team senses it. I mean, we're still not even scratching the surface of what we feel like we can be, but we're getting closer. And if we keep doing that, then, you know, by the end of this thing, we might be pretty decent. So we'll just keep plugging away.
Well, there's controversial finishes, Baker Mayfield being booed or flying tortillas. Strange things seem to happen when OU travels to Lubbock. Factor in the fact that it will be Halloween this Saturday, and you get the Sooners' attention even more. Just ask senior cornerback Trey Brown.
They're going to amp it up this week. I see no doubt in them. You know, it's going to be a really big game for them, just like it's a big game for us. And, I mean, we just can't go out there and make mistakes. You know, being in Texas Tech, you know, it's always loud, especially it being Halloween. Man, it's going to be it's going to be very spooky out there, I tell you that. And they're going to be excited just like we're going to be excited. And TJ Vasher's he's a really great receiver, you know, NFL talent. And I'm excited to go against those guys.
Spooky. How's this for some Sooner success against Tech? OU's won 8 straight over the Red Raiders, and Lincoln Riley is 5-0 against his alma mater since arriving in Norman. Nate Fagan, All 12 Playbook, Oklahoma City.
All right, we appreciate it, Nate. Other news for the Sooners reported last night that OU will be without receiver Charleston Rambo and safety Delarian Turner-Yell because both have COVID-19, but they will get defensive end Ronnie Perkins and running back Ramondre Stevenson, easy for me to say, back from suspension. Neither one of those guys have played yet this season.
Look at that, breaking news on Countdown to Kickoff. Now it's time for us to go from breaking news to breaking down the game. It's as clever as it's going to get. Board games time. Okay, so we talked about Oklahoma having one, or we're going to talk about Oklahoma having one of the better rush defenses in the nation. Texas Tech did a good job of stopping Letty Brown. But OU has been known to run the ball a little bit this year. TJ Pledger, who reaches the 100-yard rushing plateau in this. You can go with both or just one of the teams.
Well, with the news of Ramondre Stevenson potentially playing in this one, you're going to go with just OU, huh?
I'm going to go with just OU, only because the way to attack Oklahoma is to pass it on them. And I think if this one turns into a shootout, I think Texas Tech is going to know where its best way to beat this OU defense is, and that's through the air in one way or another.
And I can agree with you on that. Red Raiders have rushed for 100 yards or more in 4 of their 5 games this year, though, so I think that they can get that done in this one. Columbia's going to get about 40, right, running the ball.
Yeah.
So everybody else has to just get 60.
But
right?
It seems too dependent on a big play like last week with Roderick breaking one.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, leading Texas Tech receiver. It seems like who knows who's going to play a wide receiver this year. There's really 2 answers I feel like you can go with. One of us is going with one.
You go ahead, I'm
going to go with Easy. I mean, he's old, reliable. Miles Price had his day of leading the team in receiving. I think we're going to go back to the usual.
Well, I'm going Miles Price just because at times Oklahoma's defensive backs have been suspect when it comes to tackling, and Miles Price seems like a guy that could get a short screen and make it a lot bigger play and maybe do that a handful of times, and he could potentially beat you down the field like he did against West Virginia. I'll go with Miles Price.
Okay, headline.
Headline time. All right. Are you going with the Halloween theme?
Yeah.
All right. So I will do the same thing. And as always, you can take this either way you want. And there we go. There we go. Get out with the OU.
I'm going to go with Boo Lumbee, who wins again. Like Henry Columby. It's bad. Listen, I told you the creativity starts and ends with that first line.
So again, the winner this week. get out.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Listen, someone thinks of their headlines.
I did think about it beforehand.
Someone works on other parts of the show.
Yeah, and some people figure out what to watch for right before it happens. All right, let's check out the slate of games here on KMAC. Later today, have a triple header once again, and it starts right after the show with Boston College and Clemson. The top-ranked Tigers will be without quarterback Trevor Lawrence, who tested positive for COVID-19. After that, it's fourth-ranked Notre Dame visiting the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. You got Georgia Tech in that one, right? And in primetime, 18th-ranked Penn State, who lost in overtime last week to Indiana, welcomes number 3 Ohio State to Beaver State.
Man, I wish you would have used that as an excuse to try to say Clemson's backup.
I was not DJ. A lot of letters after that. All right,
DJ
stay with
5-star.
5-star. DJ 5-star. That's all you need to know. He'll probably do just as well as Trevor Lawrence, maybe. Wow. All right, stick with us. We got much more to come here on Countdown to Kickoff. When we return, take a closer look at the latest weapon at quarterback for Lincoln Riley.
Should put a Clemson question in board games. What to watch for? That's also coming up on Halloween night at the Jellos.